Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm down here in the woods. Hammock is right there, and I'm going to cook a meal. And I don't know whether this is a local term or not, but maybe some of you have heard of it. Slumgullion. So I'm going to put 2 cups of water in this pot, and I'm going to talk while I'm doing it. When I was a young lad, we were poor. So, there were a few days out of the week when my father would go to the refrigerator and he'd take out everything that was in the refrigerator, put it on the counter. That's 2 cups of water. And put it in a frying pan with a couple of eggs and mix it all up. The eggs will bind it together. Call that Slumgullion. It's just everything you had leftovers. Okay, this is a choke hazard turbo. I was going to start this video by having this in my mouth, but I wasn't really in the mood to do that, so I didn't. Probably should have, but I didn't. There. This comes with some extra felts, and some people feel that it burns hotter with 3 felts instead of, or 2 felts instead of 1. You know, that's simply up to you. The felts are in there. You can do whatever you want to. This one I think has 2 felts in it. So, I'll put some alcohol in here. Let it come down here and wet the felts. We are wet. And light it. Put a pot stand over it. Put a pot on. We might even add a little bit extra alcohol just to go crazy. And I'm going to bring these 2 cups of water to a boil. Now, while the water is still cold, I'm going to put in this ingredients. And this is 2 tablespoons of dehydrated diced onions, 1/4 cup of TVP, 1/4 cup of dehydrated corn, and I think that's everything. Awesome. So anyway, we'll let this come to a boil, and I can tell you right now I flooded my stove, so you don't have to email me and tell me, yeah, I flooded the stove, but it'll burn off, it'll be fine. I'll turn the camera back on when this all comes to a boil. Okay, I've got this to a boil, and I'm going to stir it a little while, maybe let it boil a couple minutes. Then I'm going to take it off the heat and just let it set, and let the corn and TVP and the onions rehydrate completely before I put the rest of the ingredients in. So I'll turn the camera back on in 5 to 10 minutes after this has had a chance to really rehydrate really well. See you then. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I'm using the windscreen for a pot cozy. And this doesn't look like a lot. The corn is what you want to check. Yep, that's good. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, and this is first time out, I don't know what I'm doing here, I'll tell you right up front. I've got some onion gravy mix McCormick. I'm not going to put in a lot of it. I'm going to put in maybe 1/4 of an envelope. Just kind of stir it in. I'm not going to boil it and try to thicken it up. I'm just trying to add a little flavor to this Slumgullion. Okay, and here I have half a package of the Idaho envelopes of potatoes, 2 cups of water, put these in, makes 2 cups of potato. I've got half. I'd probably do the whole thing if I was out on the trail, but because I'm doing a video, I'm going to keep it down to a minimum. Damage control. And I'm going to stir that in. Make sure it's all wet. And then I'm going to let this whole thing set for a few minutes and thicken up. Then when I get done, I'll tell you what it needs or doesn't need, or whether it's strictly raccoon food. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, this is going to be a little biased for a couple of reasons. One is, I basically grew up in a poor environment, so I'll eat basically anything. Second off, I live in Maine, and I love potatoes, and I like corn, and I like onion gravy. So there's really no way I can lose on this. But just between you and me, my mother was a really bad cook, which is kind of an inside joke for everybody. So things that I like, nobody else might like, just because of the diet I lived on as a kid, which wasn't great. Trust me. Okay, if it's going to do it again, I would have put in a little more gravy a little bit sooner. Probably might even have put in the whole packet. Stirred it in and gave it a little more onion gravy mix. That would improve it. I would let it set a little bit longer because the corn's not quite as done as I'd like. Not bad. But all the way around, this is good. I'm going to give this one a 7. Maybe a 7.5. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Try to have a really great day. Try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye. Whew, hot.